Welcome back to Andersen Acres. Here we are with Whiskey today, and if you're wondering why Tequila's not participating, it's because she hurt her foot. So I have to record today anyway. So I'm going to use Whiskey, even though he is not a Livestock Guardian. Hi, buddy. Hugs. Oh, big hugs from Whiskey. And oddly enough, the thing we're going to talk about today is teaching your dog not to jump up. Okay? But he's actually taught to jump up for hugs. But if I say, Whiskey, off, he's supposed to get down. Oh, hug. Okay, big hug. Okay, Whiskey. We're going to show back up. Back it up. Back it up. Good boy. Now, the way you teach your dog to not jump up. Now, he's trained to jump up. So this is going to be a little bit discombobulating for him. Because he's trained to come up for a hug. He comes up so gentle for big hugs. But if you want your dog to not come up, you can train them to not to. Okay, so we have a leash on. I'm not sure why. You should have a leash on during training sessions, but it's irrelevant for Whiskey here. And even for Tequila. Vodka still needs a leash because he is still learning a lot, but Whiskey doesn't need one. So if you want your dog to not jump up, you teach it in 2 phases. The first phase is just you, and you have to know what command you're going to use. So you don't want to use down, because down means lay down. So you don't want to confuse the dog. So use off instead. Off means get off me. Don't jump up. Don't knock me over. And the first thing you're going to do is teach your dog to do it with just you. And then you're going to teach them not to jump up on you. And then you're going to teach them not to jump up on other people. So at first, you're going to have treats in your pocket. Okay, you want a treat? Yeah, nom nom nom. Here you go. So he can have a treat. Treats in your pocket. And you want your dog, just one dog, or multiple dogs, doesn't matter. Hi, hugs. Okay, good boy. Good boy. Mwah. So he's actually taught to do that for hugs. My son taught him that. So what you're going to do, okay, you're going to put your dog in a sit. Thank you. You're going to have them sit. And then what you're going to do is you're going to use the word off for teaching them not to come up on you. All right? The first step is just you and your dog. Next step will involve another person. So in a few days, or next week, I guess, I'll record the video of a second person. But today, we're just doing one person, just you. So you and your dog, what you do is, stay. You approach your dog, you start off. Sorry, the neighbor's calling. Okay, the neighbor's calling his dog. Whiskey. So what you do, stay. So, sorry, got distracted by the other dog being called, neighbor's dog being called. So what you do is you approach your dog, he starts to come up, off. Yes! Off. Yes! Okay, so when he's got all 4 feet on the floor and does not look like he's going to jump up, then that is when you reward him. Whiskey. Ready? Off. Yes! So he gets rewarded for 4 on the floor when you say off. Okay, so you should have 2 commands. One is off, one is hug. Yes, good boy. I love you. So he has off and hug. Yes! So it's important that he differentiates. He's a pretty smart dog, and generally we don't tell him to get off. But when I do, I expect him to get down. So again, the first step is just approach your dog, wait for him to want to come up, off. Yes! Okay, so over time, you can teach your dog, Whiskey, hug, good boy. So he learns both. He learns hug and off. So hug gets a snack. You've had like 12. So hug gets a snack and so does off, no matter which you do. So he's trained to do both. He's trained to come up and get hugs and to get off, even though we hardly ever say off. I think the only time I've ever said off to him, other than right now, is one time with one person who's afraid of dogs. That's it. Otherwise, everybody wants a hug from Whiskey because he's special. Whiskey's so special. So that is why he gets treats, always treats, because he's a good dog. So again, it's very, very, very easy. It is simply, Bud, approaching your dog, wait for him. Yes, because he didn't come up. He actually knows what we're doing, so there's no point. So that is what you do, and then you can later teach him. You can later teach him to Whiskey. Hug. Good boy, yes, good boy. And give all the treats in the world. So that is how you teach the first step for off. You just want him to get off of you. Okay, and I would have used Tequila, but she's got a hurt foot. So we don't want to have to strain her foot. It needs to heal. So she is not participating this week. Hopefully next week's video, she'll be back in full form. But for now, that is how you teach your dog to not jump up on you. Next week, we'll come back and teach you how to transpose that particular skill to somebody else. So I'll recruit Rowan again, and we will teach the dogs to get off of somebody else. All right? But for now, that's it for us here at Andersen Acres. We'll see you tomorrow.